welcome to a new what if. In this what if, it's going to be what if Naruto could copy kekkei genkai. In this what if, Naruto will be able to copy kekkei genkai and all ninjutsu, dojutsu and genjutsu, as well as taijutsu. And this will be with relative ease, even if it's written in scrolls. He will also be able to obtain incredible chakra control. In this what if, he is born with glowing purple eyes, not the Rinnegan, just purple irises. Naruto would still not be a good student, as he would always fall asleep and therefore never understand the jutsu shown. Now, let's get into the what if. We would skip to the final graduation exam, and Naruto still hasn't learned the clone jutsu, as he hasn't paid attention at all. He has mastered the transformation jutsu though. Iruka still fails Naruto, and Mizuki tells Naruto about the scroll of sealing. Naruto does exactly as Mizuki says, and steals the scroll of sealing. This is when Naruto finds out that it's really easy for him to learn jutsu. Naruto would learn the triple Rashomon summoning, the Shadow Clone Jutsu, and the Water Dragon Jutsu. Iruka then finds Naruto and shouts at him, and Naruto explains that Mizuki told him to do this. And then, as he says this, Mizuki appears and attacks Iruka. Naruto would then run away, hiding as Iruka fought Mizuki. Through this battle, Naruto learned all the taijutsu moves of Iruka and Mizuki, as well as shuriken and kunai accuracy. Just as Mizuki is about to finish off Iruka, Naruto would come in and kick Mizuki, sending him flying into a tree. Mizuki then tells Naruto all about him being the nine-tailed fox, and Naruto would be incredibly surprised, just like in canon. Naruto would be very down, however, it would explain a lot of things to him. Naruto would actually feel a little relieved. He would feel a weight lifted off his chest, as people don't hate him because of who he is, but because what is sealed within him. Naruto, at this point, would make a cross formation with his hands and say multi-shadow clone jutsu. Mizuki and Iruka would watch as Naruto creates 1,000 shadow clones. Iruka would be absolutely amazed by Naruto mastering a jutsu of this caliber, and to think that he has the chakra reserves to do so. On the other hand, Mizuki would be scared stiff. Naruto would then rush at Mizuki with all 1,000 of his clones, and would pummel Mizuki into the ground. This would lead to Iruka passing Naruto, and Naruto being placed on Team 7 with Sasuke and Sakura. Naruto would enter the academy to meet his new sensei. He would sit next to Sasuke and Sakura. Sakura was not happy to see Naruto on her team, however, she was overjoyed to have Sasuke on the team. Every team would eventually meet their new senseis, just leaving Team 7. And after a while of waiting, Kakashi would finally walk into the door. Naruto, just like in canon, would set up a trap for Kakashi, and Kakashi falls for it. Kakashi would then say his first impressions were that he hated them. However, after he would tell them to come to the roof, and then they would have the introduction. They would then all introduce themselves to Kakashi, and it would be the exact same as in canon. Kakashi would then say to meet him in the training grounds and not to eat breakfast, otherwise they will puke. The next day, they would all show up to the training grounds. They would wait and wait, but Kakashi wouldn't arrive. A few hours pass and Kakashi arrives, giving his excuse about being lost on the path of life. Kakashi would then explain the bell test, and would begin the test. Just like in canon, Naruto would try to face Kakashi head-on. However, obviously, he didn't fare too well. Naruto, after trying to attack Kakashi a few times, would jump back and release a Water Dragon Jutsu, surprising Kakashi. Kakashi would think to himself, this kid has quite average taijutsu, but he can use such advanced ninjutsu. I don't understand how this is possible. Kakashi in the end would still easily dodge and knock Naruto away. Sasuke would come out next, and Naruto would begin watching. Sasuke begins weaving hand signs and releases a fireball jutsu. Just like that, Naruto had learnt the jutsu. Naruto would run out to Sasuke and say, "Sasuke, use the fireball jutsu again." Sasuke would actually decide to listen to Naruto and perform it again, and Naruto would do the exact same thing and would combine their fireballs into one giant one, and almost hitting Kakashi. At this exact time, Sakura would throw a kunai in the midst of the fight. Kakashi would then say, "You all passed." The three would be surprised and wonder why, and Kakashi would say the purpose of the exam was actually teamwork, and they did just that. Kakashi then tells them that their team will start missions tomorrow. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura would complete the boring D-rank missions day by day, and eventually Naruto would get tired of it. Naruto would be with his team in front of the Hokage, who would be about to assign them a new mission, when Naruto would have an outburst, saying that he wants a high-rank mission, and in the end Hiruzen would grant Naruto's request and give them a C-rank mission. A drunk old man would then walk in and begin making fun of Naruto due to him being short. After a while, and the drunk man stops, Hiruzen would then explain the mission. He would say that they had to escort a bridge builder to the land of waves and protect him from bandits and thieves. Naruto is excited and Sasuke is also secretly happy, as they will get a higher ranking mission and will finally be able to show their values. And with this, the Land of Waves arc would begin. They would set out, and a little while into their journey, two rogue ninja would cut Kakashi in half, or seemingly would do so. Sasuke would then beat up the two Chunin. However, they would then appear behind Sasuke and about to chop him. However, Kakashi would reappear and stop them. Naruto and Sakura would be amazed that Kakashi is still alive, but Sasuke already knew this, as he knew that a Jonin wouldn't die so easily. They would continue on their journey. When they come across a lake, Sasuke would suddenly sense a presence and would throw a kunai into a bush, hitting a rabbit. This would confuse him, however they would decide to continue on. But suddenly a giant sword would fly towards them, to which Kakashi would yell "duck." They would then all duck and narrowly keep their heads. A man would then stand on top of a sword that just stuck into a tree, and Kakashi would immediately say, "Zabuza, one of the 7 swordsmen of the mist." Zabuza would jump down and say, "A worthy opponent I get to fight, Kakashi of the Sharingan." At the same time Zabuza would say this, Kakashi would lift up his headband, revealing a Sharingan. Naruto would look at the Sharingan, and as he would do this, he would fall to his knees, holding his eyes in pain. Sasuke would just be utterly shocked that Kakashi has a Sharingan, as he is not of his clan. It would annoy Sasuke. However, he would then notice that Naruto is lying on the floor in pain. Due to the Sharingan being so strong, when Naruto subconsciously absorbed the Sharingan's power into both of his eyes, it was too much for him to handle, and it would be very painful. Kakashi would think that Naruto had been put into a genjutsu and tried to release him from it, but he wasn't in a genjutsu. However, Kakashi had no time to think of it, as Zabuza would rush at him. Kakashi would manage to block, and Naruto, in incredible pain, would begin to stumble to his feet. He would see Kakashi and Zabuza fighting, weaving hand signs, and releasing jutsu. For some odd reason unknown to Naruto, their movements were becoming easier to read, and he could keep up with them. He could seemingly see them move before they even moved as well. Kakashi would eventually get trapped in a water prison jutsu, and Naruto and Sasuke would have to work together to get Kakashi out. However, that will be for next part, as this is the end to part 1 of What If Naruto had all kekkei genkai. I hope you all enjoyed, and consider liking and subscribing. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.